My name is Tugger. Liberals just call me motherfucker. Yeah! Well, it was Memphis back in mid-July. I was sitting in my pickup truck getting high before I headed into the grocery store, get my weekly supply. 10 minutes later, there I was, pushing my shopping cart through Walmart, enjoying my buzz, and that's when it happened. I was pushing my shopping cart through Walmart, one of them LBGQ folks slammed the cart into mine. I said, excuse me, she said, fuck you. I stood back, not sure what to do. I said, I told you I was sorry, ma'am. Maybe you didn't understand. But now if you'll just pull your cart back and let me pass, that'll be the last thing the likes of you I ever asked. Well, she just stood there looking at me from my feet to my head. Then she curled her lip, and this is what she said. She said, I'm not a man, I'm an it, and I can tell that you're a Trump-loving hypocrite from that MAGA cap that's on your head. Well, I ain't a fighting man, but for Donald Trump I'll take a stand. So I reached into my shopping cart and I got hold of a T-bone steak, whipped it out and pointed it at its face, and then I shouted out real loud to everyone in the place, get back! What we got is here is a BMO crap. Why just look at its beady little eyes? Why, it could be a spy. It might be a secret agent working for the FBI. Hell, it might be from their Wuhan station, come here to give us all a vaccination. Well, people were starting to gather around. They were looking at it, it was looking at the ground. That's when I decided to lay it on real thick. Yeah! What we got here is a climate change fanatic, a gun control, market love, and opioid addict. Why, I bet it's got a windmill in its backyard. People began to grumble, I heard someone curse. Then a man stepped out of the crowd, got hold of its pipes and dumped all the contents on the floor. There among the lipstick cases and packs of gum, half dozen lottery tickets and a tear gas gun. There was big black double-headed dildo. The crowd gasped, one elderly lady plumb collapsed, and then a hush fell over the store. If someone had dropped a pin, you would have heard it hit the floor. Everyone was standing there staring at it. Well, it started to whimper and then it began to cry. I started to feel bad for it and wonder why had it gone this far. After a few moments it wiped its eyes, stood down, and to my surprise, it picked the thing up off the floor. It stood up and looked at all of us. We were all looking back at it in disgust. Then it shook its head, and this is what it said. It said, y'all just standing there looking at me, but I ain't what you think you see. Well, I was born a farmer's daughter in West Tennessee, just like you folks I used to be. Rhymer's a card-toting, regular voting member of the Republican Party. And now, since y'all are just standing around, gonna tell you about this dildo I found and how it came to be that I quit the Republicans and became a dildo-toting member of the Democratic Party. It all started back in '85 when then old dad was still alive. Then the bank came and took the farm that he shot himself in the head with grandpa's firearm.
You take it, Johnny.
She continued, yep, and that's not all they were up to. Well, here at home they were confiscating our farms. They were down in Central America buying drugs with arms. They brought them back, and they got poor people to sell it in our own neighborhoods as crack. Then they started arresting couple who weren't much different than you and me, locking them up in their privatized profit-making penitentiary, while my brother Johnny got hooked on their coke. Spent 8 long years in the Pope. My 2 little nephews grew up without their daddy joke, all under the pretense of a war on drugs. Now you tell me, who were the real thugs? Family values my ass, and they lied about Iraq, and they waffled on Iran. They never told us they were bombing little children in Afghanistan. They stole billions of dollars while they were at it, and when they got done, we had a bigger mess than when it all begun. Yeah, they acted like they cared, but they didn't give a damn. We didn't learn a thing from Vietnam, and oh, don't let me forget the gray mortgage scam 2008, when they took my house because my payment was late. And then along came Donald Trump, he sang a different song, and so I jumped on the bandwagon, but it wouldn't last long. Pandemic hit and took my man, wiped out our savings and my insurance plan. So there I was with a teenage son, a twin girl and a little young un. So I got me a job at Amazon, got one at FedEx too, but the money just was enough to see us through. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump getting richer, his friends and the other billionaires too. Me, I was getting poor, same as you, and it just kept getting worse. And then it happened one day, I was looking through the newspaper trying to find a job that would pay. And there it was, wealthy binary person seeks loving companion, all your financial needs taken care of. But what was I to do? Ask the government for help. After all they put me through, fuck the government. And so I applied for the job and I got it too. That's when they gave me this here dildo, showed me what to do. And wouldn't you know that binary person was big shot Democratic politician too. And so there you have it, that's the facts. That's how I became one of them dildo-toting Democrats. Now y'all can hate me, I know that you do, but just remember one thing, what happened to me could have happened to you. And then it took us dildo, and we watched as it walked out the door. All of us knew we'd never see it no more. Me, I took off my MAGA cap and held it to my chest, turned to the crowd and said, I gotta confess, it was right about one thing, this country is in a god-awful mess. And so there's a story I wanted to share today. If there's any lesson in it, I'd have to say, well, you probably already know, politics is like a double-headed dildo, with the one end politics are screwing Republicans like me and you. At the other end, they're screwing the Democrats too.